Go ahead and text me hi, pretty please, so I know it's working. Hey, I got one hi. So let me know, can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, so while I'm waiting for more hellos, gonna introduce what's happening here. My name is Janet Wright, and I'm an energy healer, reader, and teacher. And so this is going to be a group energy healing for 100 participants. I used to say that the people I'm healing are participants, and they are definitely. But then now there's this whole live aspect, and so you can be just healing yourself. And technically, on some level, you are a participant because you are, you know, sending me little hello messages at the beginning and the end, and you're healing yourself, and I want to validate that too. So gotta change my terms. But anyway, there are 100 prepaid healing recipients that I'm gonna be healing who paid on my website before it sold out. And they're in 11 different countries, which is super cool, including some kids. So hi to everybody. Hello, hello, hello. And then, of course, hello also to the participants who are live, some of whom are getting the healing from me and some of whom are just healing themselves. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. There's the theme. This is the third of the set of 3 healings, right? We did one on Friday, one on Sunday, and today, Tuesday, is the final of the 3 healings. The theme is spring into action, inspiration, clarity, focus, motivation, taking action, which is a lot of upper chakra stuff, so that you can take action on projects that are meaningful to you. So that's super cool. But then, as usual, there's more than just the theme that's happening. Some really, really neat techniques. Some are new, some are just novel sort of combinations of all sorts of powerful techniques together. So if you're in the mood for just like one technique and that's it, this is not your healing. I do have those videos though. I have many of those videos, about 300 of those videos of just like 1 or 2 techniques in the video. But this is sort of like a pro level buffet of lots of really restorative awakening techniques. So like a healing festival. And the techniques that we will, thank you for the hellos. I can't wait to start reading them. The techniques that we're going to be doing. First, I'll list the ones that are not brand new that we're doing. Well, okay, all the techniques we're doing. We're going to be doing, of course, chakra repair. Well, of course, aura repair and grounding, unblocking, and getting a nice wide grounding. We always do that, and that's because it's really essential. But then there's the Wei Chi Aura work that we'll be doing for strong boundaries, helping you to have these extra auras called Wei Chi auras that people have, helping you to repair those and repair the rings in those Wei Chi auras, and that helps with strong boundaries so that you just feel better. You don't feel so kind of smushed in your inner world. So you have more room to just be you and be safe energetically. So that's super cool. And then the chakra work just got even cooler in this triplet set because we're healing and repairing and unblocking all major and minor chakras at the same time, which is very huge in a good way. Because minor chakras, that would include like chakra 4.5, which is like right about here, which helps with hearing angels, and it helps support your throat chakra, 5th chakra. So it helps with communication and the mind. But also like the Kundalini chakra is a minor chakra right below the 1st chakra, which is really useful for a peppy, nice energy. And then when you turn it off fully, it helps you with deep sleep. But then all the minor chakras are all the acupuncture points in your physical body, which really have so much to do with not only your physical health, but also your mind and everything. So those are all these physical acupuncture points, like all where all the writing is. Those are all where acupuncture points are on the body, everywhere, basically. So we're healing and repairing and unblocking to the extent that's healthy and gentle all the major and minor chakras of the body and spirit, and then repairing and unblocking to the extent that's healthy and gentle all energy channels of the body and spirit. So that includes energy channels in the arms, legs, up and down the spine is an energy channel. But then also energy channels include all the body meridians, of Chinese medicine, traditional Chinese medicine. So those go throughout the body, and they have a huge effect on everything. And those are energy channels as well. So we're unblocking and repairing and healing to the extent that's healthy and gentle, all those energy channels, and repairing the protective force field that is naturally around them. And we're also, today also, we did it on Sunday too. We're repairing the good karma windows, which is this area behind your neck and the base of your skull, all the way back to, so from like here all the way back to the edge of your aura. That's where your good karma windows are, and we're repairing those and unblocking those and getting rid of beings and stuff out of there. And so that's nice and cool. So that helps people be a lot more present. So that was nice to see some survey results where I could tell, like, oh yeah, it was the good karma window repair that helped that person. So that's a biggie too. And then what's new as of this Friday, as of this triplet set, is the conflict resolution ripple effect, where you utilize this angel maintained gold rippley communication network, I guess, or something that's around everybody. It's not in your space, it's outside of you, but the angels maintain it, and it's really cool. And also with, you can put positive messages on that, yourself, like send a little ripple on it. And that can help people that be more centered, and it can help you get along better with them, which is nice. And it's non-manipulative. It doesn't control anybody. So that's important. So we're going to do that again. And then some targeted energy block clearing for the theme did really help people. So we're going to do that again. The theme of taking action and inspiration and clarity and focus and motivation. And but then the new things today, this I'm not going to be able to fit it probably into the title of the video because I have so much to fit into the title. So I'm probably going to use the initials GKE for good karma edge. Because like these are good karma windows back here, but like the edge of your aura, so like the outer part of your 7th layer of your aura is, considered the edge of your aura, right? Because your aura goes up to that point, right? So the edge of your aura, the angels are showing me it's just like you can clear out energy from there that's blocking good karma from coming to you. And that way you can let in more good karma. So like the universe trying to help you, trying to make things easier for you. Maybe someone will offer help in a way that is positive and you want to accept, or something else just happens that kind of makes your life easier. And so we're going to work that too today. Not that it goes with the theme at all, but the angels just told me to do it. So and obviously, like, why not? So good karma edge, like the edge of your aura, but good for good karma. And so we're just like analyzing that edge of the aura just a little bit extra and clearing out sort of more finite things. I mean, I've talked about that you can have a shell around you and made up of energy blocks that, you know, blocks like your 8th chakra energy from coming in. I've talked about that, but I think this is just at a different, it's at a more finite level where you just really sort of tune it so that the good karma energy can come in throughout your aura and come to you, which is great. And then one other thing I wanted to say before I do anything else, I guess. I was going to say before I forget, but I don't think I'll forget. It's just important. I did notice, because these healings, they get people a lot more present. And I think that a good karma ripple effect is pretty awakening in a gentle way. But, you know, you're sending out these positive messages about, you know, it's okay to love yourself. And, you know, that's when we added on Sunday. And then, you know, it's okay to work with your angels. Your angels can help and guide you. And it's okay to let go. You know, and so you're sending out your version of these positive, inspiring, empowering ideas. And the angels are checking them. And it's okay, you know, but I think it changes people within to do that, you know, to have that experience, to be aware of that, you know, little angel communication network and everything. And I think some people that have been avoiding maybe a part of themselves, they can't avoid it anymore. Like it's an awakening experience. And sometimes when you're awakened, it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm so productive today. You know, it's like, oh, I feel a little sad. You know, why do you feel sad? Well, you feel sad because you have 20 years of sadness and you've gotten rid of some of it, but like maybe a third of it's still there and it's still there. So, you know, I think sometimes people, it's understandable, but people want a healing to just take them to this place of like, you know, productivity and happiness and joy and all this stuff, right? But sometimes you have to acknowledge something within you as part of that journey. And, you know, it's like if you're really in denial and you're really avoiding a part of you, you can't let go of it properly. You know, like, because people do, you know, most people really did go to a more productive and more clear and focused state with these healings, actually. They didn't go to a sad place or being more aware of their fears. But some people did. And I noticed it was because those people really had sort of walled off the fear or walled off the sadness, like it's not there. And so that denial is a bit like a glue. And so you can't, you're maybe not conscious of it usually, but also you're not easily able to let it go. But if you're just aware, you just think, okay, well, do I have some fear in the way maybe? Or do I have some sadness or some anger in the way? And then you just kind of honor it for a sec, you know, just breathe, just, you know, maybe stretch or something, or just be like, yeah, you know, that does kind of piss me off. But then just, you know, breathe it out. Don't start a fight with somebody over it. Don't, you know, give them a piece of your mind and stand up for yourself and start some big World War III over it. Just, you know, just honor your own inner stuff that you have been walling off. And what that does, and a way to honor it that might be, you know, really pleasant, you know, rather than like, you know, facing all your fears or something, you know, where you're like, Janet, I don't want to face my fears. Why do you think I walled them off? You know, one way to do that that's more enjoyable is just through nurturing, you know, through like, you know, watch something funny, or, you know, give yourself a hug, or, you know, take a bath, take a nap, you know, just acknowledge, you know, because I think a denial nap is really different than a self-acknowledging nap, you know, like a power nap. You know, you can be self-avoidant and nap like every day for a year, right? But you can be self-acknowledging and be like, you know what, a part of me is exhausted, for goodness sakes. You know, and that exhausted part of me doesn't want to do anything today. That exhausted part of me feels pretty depleted. So fine. So maybe your exhausted part of you wants a bowl of soup and wants a nap and wants to watch something funny. So, you know, what if you actually do it, you know, and then you start to replenish that exhausted part of you, or that scared part of you, or that, you know, angry part of you, or the sad part of you, you know. So I did want to mention that just because people are getting so much more present with these techniques, like all these techniques together. And I think it could make it more effective and more fun for everybody. You know, if you just kind of be willing to acknowledge, you know, maybe you're not doing that project because there is some sadness in your way, or maybe you're not doing that project because there is some, you know, exhaustion in your way. And like I said, if you stop denying it and you acknowledge it and you sort of nurture it out of you, then it can leave you. You know, it can transform into energy that you prefer, like productivity energy or playfulness or, you know, tranquility and peace. So just wanted to mention that sometimes you have to acknowledge something, if particularly if you've walled it off. You have to acknowledge it, and then it can transform into something else. So like, because at least two people, they mentioned, you know, like some people had really kind of eureka intuitive moments about their food and their eating, but other people, you know, maybe did a little comfort eating that wasn't probably in their best interest, you know, something like that. And sometimes that's, you know, there's some sadness or there's some fear that you're just not, you're kind of walled off to, but now you're almost feeling it and you're like, well, I don't want to feel that. You know, so just don't be afraid of the imbalances, because those imbalanced parts of you need your love and hugs and understanding, you know, and that's how you're going to get all the parts of you on board with where you want to go. So hope that makes sense. So you can even have a checklist of like, okay, well, what am I, because if you sort of think, yeah, I do only want to think of the positive, Janet, you so have me pegged, then maybe just have a checklist of like, okay, what's an imbalance of the third chakra? Well, exhaustion. What's an imbalance of the fourth chakra? Loneliness, right? Feeling abandoned, lonely, left out, blah, 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 right? So abandonment, loneliness, feeling not good enough. This one, you know, an imbalance here is feeling exhausted. Here, anger or sadness would be, if it's extreme, that would be an imbalance. And here, the imbalance would be fear, right? Worry. So you can just have a checklist if you feel like you typically don't acknowledge those parts of you, and just, you know, maybe you don't wallow, but, you know, just every once in a while, just honor a little part of you that's like that, and, you know, give that part of you a hug. So I hope that makes sense. And we might be able to work that in somehow, you know, as a little process during today's healing. But I think sometimes too, it's just an awareness of like, oh yeah, I have been doing that, you know, and that's enough. All right, so I am super excited for this healing. I'm going to catch up on my hellos, and then we're going to start. So hello, good morning, lots of flowers. Hi Janet, good morning Janet. Hi Janet, looking forward to today, thank you. Hi everyone, hello, hi Janet. Hi from sunny Ottawa, Canada. Making hot chocolate, somebody says. That sounds nice, except I wouldn't be able to do that. It's too much sugar for me. But if you can tolerate it, that's great. Sounds fun. Hi Janet and everyone. Someone says, I like the idea of buffet healing. Yes, it's a very full buffet in these live streams. And I get a heart too. Thank you so much. Everyone's so nice. Okay, wonderful. So yeah, I'm excited. Oh, the one extra thing that Angels wanted me to mention. I made it for this one client, but I knew that other people would need it too, so I made it in general. I made a playlist recently. I used to make playlists like, you know, twice a month. That's why there's so many playlists that I have, but I haven't made them for a while, which is probably fine because I have like a million playlists. It's hard to find anything in the playlist list of my YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube channel, then there's a tab for playlists. And it is useful. I mean, you can look through them and find a playlist on your issue, and that's kind of cool. But I made a playlist called I think it's called Super Screwed Up or something. It's definitely screwed up in the title. And it's just for when you feel screwed up and you don't really know why you feel screwed up, and you're like, and you're not sure you have the focus to like figure out the video. And it's just a playlist that's already made with, you know, like I think there's like half a dozen things in it. And you know, it has all the essentials that you would need if you're super screwed up, like aura repair, chakra repair, unblocking your path, you know, some flower healing, some tricolor soak for like grounding, unblocking. So and you know, obviously if you're super screwed up, you're only going to just probably be half listening to the playlist, which is good that it's a playlist. So it just kind of cycles through the whole playlist and you can repeat it if you want. And it's like, you know, when you're that screwed up, you might not have any discipline, you know? So if it's a playlist that's already made, maybe you're more likely to use it. And even if you just half listen and you just hear something here and there, it's a lot better than not doing anything at all when you're super screwed up. So you could give that a try. Obviously, it's good to do when you're not screwed up too, but yeah, it's one of those, it's designed for when you're so screwed up that you really don't want to think about which video is right for you, and you can't sit down and devote time to it because, you know, your world is like a big mush. Yeah, so then you just hit play on that and stick the phone in your pocket and walk around and half listen. Okay, cool. So hope that helps. And I will link the Super Screwed Up playlist below in the comment section later. The Super Screwed Up playlist. All right, cool. So I don't need my glasses because I can see everybody's names without them. I use big font. Let's see. So we're going to have a quiet moment while I say hi to the participants and center myself just a little bit extra right before we start. So in the quiet moment, you can, you know, have your healthy beverage. If you're like me, it has to be very low sugar, maybe herbal tea or something. You can journal, you know, stretch, you know, give yourself a little hand massage or neck massage while we're waiting, or just think within yourself, how do I feel? You know, if there's something that you need to acknowledge within yourself. And I'll be quiet for a minute. All right, thanks for waiting. And yeah, let's get started. So of course we're going to get started with aura repair, repairing the energy field all around you, and grounding, unblocking, making the grounding really wide as your whole aura, and all the way down to the core of the earth. You make your grounding really wide like that and bring it up to your third chakra. So I like to imagine, you know, a copy out in front of me. So you can imagine a copy of your aura out in front of you. Just imagine it like a bubble. And some client mentioned that she was overthinking when she was thinking about repairing her aura. Like her mind was just trying to do it perfectly, and you know, she was freaking out about it. So yeah, just always try to keep it simple and effective. Simple is effective in energy work. So just imagine the gold light finding the rips. The gold light is finding the rips in your aura, and just send enough gold light that the rips get washed off, and then eventually more gold light makes the rips mend up and heal up, and so your aura grows back. So then it's whole. And I'm using extra gold light in the upper part of the aura, just combing through it because it's kind of dense up here, kind of compressed for a lot of people. So I'm just helping that to expand and unblock up here. So you can get rips anywhere, but the most common areas to get rips are right up top, and then all in the back here, anywhere in the back. Upper back, even lower back. Those are the most common places, although you can get a rip anywhere. And sometimes you might have healed the rip, but then it's still kind of dense and heavy where the rip was. So that's why it's really never a waste of time to run gold light through your aura, because then you could just be melting away any blocked energy, any compressed areas. You just would be expanding. So grounding, unblocking, that's good to spend a little extra time with always. You can never, I mean, you could really like push yourself and spend like a half hour just on your grounding, like even as an advanced person like myself. And it would be, I mean, you could really break new ground with that. I mean, and that sounds weird, you know, like seriously, Janet, a half hour on my grounding? That takes me 2 seconds, Janet. But you can always find extra energy blocks there. You can always just kind of fine tune it more, get deeper intuition about it that you didn't have before. It's just really interesting. You can do that with any part of your energy field. I just think that sometimes people forget that about grounding, that your grounding is that big of a deal. So I'm just, you know, you can have a copy of your grounding up in front of you, and obviously it's sort of like, you know, your copy is maybe not exactly realistic as far as size, because, you know, like say in your copy, here's your body, and then here's your grounding, even though this grounding like connects you all the way to the core of the earth, which is like miles and miles and miles and miles. But, you know, whatever, you can smoosh your copy, you know, so this is the area all the way down to the core of the earth. And you just imagine any energy blocks, you know, maybe like stacks of books or stacks of rocks, and you just surround them in gold light and then let them melt. So you just kind of hunt for places that are not flowing well, because it's, like I said in an earlier healing, it's easy to improve the flow, but you want to go beyond that and really look for what you're missing. Like, what did you not notice about your grounding? It's like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I always have this little shadowy, foggy corner here of my grounding, Janet, that I never do anything about. I just ask the angels to deal with it and forget about it. Well, you know, maybe that's not the best idea. If it's still there, they didn't do it. They said it's your job and you blew it off, you know? So What is a foggy, shadowy part of your grounding? It's probably just a couple beings, right? And you are a giant, mighty, eternal being. So these are little things compared to you. This is like a speck of dust, and you're like a giant, mighty forest. Okay? So find some, you know, and some person the other day was like, oh, I don't want to be able to see. I don't want to see a being. You know, whatever. It's like not that exciting. You know, a being is like, what do they look like? And they just look like a bit of fog, a bit of mist, a bit of like a ball of lint that you get out of your dryer. You know, that's what a being looks like. It's really not that spectacular. You know, so just find your ball of lint or your your little puff of smoke or whatever, the little cloudy mushy thing that's a being, and just say, angels, can you please recycle that? And then just wait a second and have your healthy beverage while your angels do that. And then the benefit of that, like, why would you bother doing that, right? Because it's like, oh, Janet, I'm better off not thinking about those beings. Well, no, you're really not, because what happens is, okay, say her name is Betty Boop, let's say, right? So Betty Boop had a being in her grounding, and it, was like a little blob, and she got rid of it. She just asked her angels to recycle it. So now she doesn't have that being in her grounding. So how does that help Betty Boop's day? Well, because there's all this stuff here that she hasn't been able to release because there was a being down there clogging up the grounding. And so now that being is gone, all of a sudden, all this stuff can release that couldn't release before. And so within like 2 hours, she has less shoulder tension. And then she's more present on this side of her body. And then she ends up, avoiding a project that she's been avoiding. So there's a nice, it's definitely worth your time. I'm not just trying to freak you out, I swear. So anyway, let's do one more. Just find some other shadowy, weird spot in your grounding and just say, angels, can you please recycle that? And then just have another sip of your healthy beverage. Okie doke. And then just comb through and admire your extra flow that you have now that you did. Go ahead, pat yourself on the back. Good job. So now that your grounding is better, do a final check on your aura just to make sure that you got all the rips and you repaired them all fully. And you can even comb upward above the top of your aura. So like if this is the top of Betty Boop's aura, then I'm talking about right above there. So just comb through that and just melt away any energy blocks that are sitting up top there. So if this is the top of your aura, then just comb above there with gold light, wash it out. And I didn't say this time, but you have energy centers. That's what we're using. Gold light can be generated by these energy centers, hand chakras and fingertip chakras that we all have. Even if you didn't know you have them, they're still there. And they work. So, so you just melt, use gold light coming from your hands, and just melt away the stacks of hard energy, if you have any, which you probably do, above the top of your aura, and just let those melt. And what that can do is that just feels good, first of all. But it just frees up some flow here, because if it's too blocked up there, then you can't bring in new energy, you can't send energy up. It's just like it's a pressure sitting on you. So with that flowing better in the top of your aura and then above the top of your aura, it just helps everything work better. I mean, you really can't even isolate it to just one effect that it would have, because it just helps everything. Everything is interrelated, basically, in energy work. Okay, so then let's do so what did we do already? We did the aura repair, regular auras, you know, astral body aura and physical body aura. And we did grounding, unblocking, and we even removed some beings from your grounding, and with angel help. And we really just had a beverage while your angels did it. But we acknowledged the being and you know, to our angels and said, please recycle that, which is really all you need. So now we're going to do chakra repair of major and minor chakras, which is great. So I should put a timestamp for that. Okay, so roughly 6 minutes, 36 minutes into it. Okay, so we're using composite copy technique to repair all major and minor chakras in the body and spirit, which is awesome. So as I said, minor chakras includes all your acupuncture points throughout your body. Those are all little chakras. And minor chakras also includes, you know, these are 7 major chakras, the ones everyone talks about along the spine. But then there are some minor chakras elsewhere, like right here is 4.5, and here's the Kundalini chakra right below the first chakra. So, you know, they're everywhere, all sorts of minor chakras in your body and your spirit. So we're going to heal all of them at once, the major ones and the minor ones, using composite copy technique. So the basic shape of a chakra would be an open cylinder. So you just imagine one open cylinder out in front of you that is a composite copy of all your major and minor chakras of your body and spirit. So it's just an open cylinder with round openings, right? And you just use gold light and heal this composite copy. And as you do this, you're healing and repairing and unblocking all your major and minor chakras to the extent that is healthy and gentle. And we have to add that when you're working with the major chakras, you don't need that so much. But with the minor chakras, which includes all the acupuncture points, you do need to stay healthy and gentle, just in your mind, you know, and your intention, because the body likes incremental growth. The physical body has a limit to how much energy can shift at one time, and it can stay healthy, you know. So we want your body to stay healthy. So we're doing what's healthy and gentle to do. So you're just like, because you can get scratches, you can get gashes that don't belong there. So the gold light can just wash out the scratches and the gashes and heal them, repair them. And the round edges can get chips missing and cracks in them. And so just lots of gold light. And you can also use a tub of gold water if you prefer that, or in addition to. So you just imagine like you made a little tub and it's full of water that's gold healing energy. And you just dunk the copy in the water. You submerge it in the gold light. And that way it can just be another fun, interesting way to give gold light to all your chakras, your major and your minor chakras. And what are we doing? We're repairing and unblocking. You just imagine the blocks, and for unblocking, you imagine the stuck energy, and you can also just like ease it off. So like, I can't turn this to the side because it's full, but you know, you'd ease off the blockages and just blow them up, or ease them off and hand them to your angels. So say, angels, here you go. Yeah, ease them off, angels, here you go. Or ease them off and just blow them up. So ease off the blocks and blow them up, or ease them off and give them to your angels. Angels, please take these. Because you want energy to be able to go through the chakra in one opening and out the other. In the Q&A 2 days ago, I was seeing how people, you know, which I already knew, I guess, but it just reminded me. People tend to get more blockages in the back of their chakras. So you could just pick which end of your copy represents the back of all the chakras. I mean, some chakras don't have a front or a back. They just, you know, it would be weird to think of it that way. But anyway, just make sure both ends are equally unblocked. And if there's one end of your composite copy that's a little extra blocked, just spend extra time with that and unblock it. And if you feel like there's something weird and shadowy or blobby in your copy, you know, it could be some beings, just say, angels, can you please recycle those beings? And then just have your healthy beverage sip while your angels do the work. Another way you could say it is just, angels, please recycle any beings messing with my major and minor chakras. Major or minor chakras. Angels, please recycle any beings messing with my major or minor chakras. But if you are more advanced, sometimes the angels do like you to point out to them. So like just, you know, this whole blanket thing of angels, please handle all the beings and remove them all. You know, that won't work if you're more advanced, or even like maybe intermediate, just because your angels would be like, yeah, but we need you to use your intuition. Where are the beings? You know, they just want you to meet them halfway with it, rather than be like, I'm too scared to know about that, angels, fix it for me. You know, they don't like that because they don't want you to be afraid. They want you to, you know, take out the trash, you know, like be in charge. Rah, I'm the big spirit. These are my chakras. So anyway, what are we doing? We're repairing and unblocking. I'm just laughing because I can imagine some people, their idea of spirituality is so like controlled and perfect that they would be so horrified by me. Anyway, we're repairing and unblocking all the major and minor chakras that you have, right? To the extent that's healthy and gentle. We're dunking it in the gold tub of water because that's super fun anyway and effective. Splash, splash, splash. And go ahead and melt any cords going into your major and minor chakras. The only cord that you might want to keep is, you know, well, that you would want to keep is if you're a mom or a dad of a young child, 13 or younger. The first chakra cord. The first chakra cord to your kid, your young child, you know, obviously keep that. But that's just sort of an intention that you have, you know, and then you can just go ahead and melt the cords and that one will stay. But otherwise you can melt all the cords. And that may take a second because you may have to think about letting go. You may have to just comfort yourself. It's okay to let go. Maybe a little extra healing after you've released those cords. Because sometimes people cord into damaged spots in a chakra. So with the cord gone, there may be an opportunity to repair that you weren't able to do before because the cord was in the way. So a little extra repair once you've removed the cords is nice. All right. So good work on that. Good job, guys. Pat yourself on the back. So you can get rid of your copy of your chakras and get rid of the gold light. By blowing it up or handing it to your angels if you want. So we just did the composite copy technique for repairing all major and minor chakras. So now I should write a timestamp. We can do energy channels. Same thing, basically, same idea. Repair and unblock energy channels in the body and spirit. So you just imagine actually a pretty similar looking thing, just a, you know, like a tube or a pipe that represents all your energy channels of your body and your spirit. So, you know, it could be like this, your composite copy of an energy channel. But you can make it as big as you want so that you can kind of think about the, you know, the energy should be able to pass through it. And no leaking. So no holes. We don't want any holes in your energy channel. So you're going to repair the holes. And this is energy channels in your physical body, you know, like down your arms. And there's energy channels up your legs. There's energy channels to bring up earth energy. Your spine is a giant energy channel to bring energy up and down. So you just imagine this composite copy, which represents all body and spirit energy channels, including also, of course, like I said, at the start of the video, start of this live stream, I said that energy channels that we're repairing and unblocking also includes all your TCM or traditional Chinese medicine meridians of your physical body, which is huge, you know, because they like crisscross your whole body. They like are the pathways to and from all these little acupuncture points. So we're unblocking and repairing those energy pathways so they don't leak, and so everything's nice and flowing, which is good. But again, we're doing it to the extent that is healthy and gentle to do right now. So you could do this, you know, consistently over time and really totally change yourself. Like somebody asked me in a survey, can you change laziness, or is that just a part of who you are and you can never change it? Can you change, you know, if you're irritable and angry, or is that just a part of your character and you can never change it? Yes, you can change those things. Those are imbalances. They're not inherent parts of somebody's character. And so, yeah, you can change those things. Maybe not overnight, but absolutely, you can make incremental progress in changing those things so that eventually, you know, you're not at all that way. I mean, like, just to give a personal example, you know, I'm 50 now, 50, and when I was like, when I was 22. I was what people would probably describe as a real airhead, like you know, like kind of flaky, very flaky. You know, very like yeah, I wasn't very grounded. I probably had massive chakra damage. You know, I didn't know about aura repair. I didn't know about any of that stuff. You know, so I was, you know, whatever. You know, it was what it was. You know, so I was just very flighty, very, you know, it was hard for me to, you know, be very assertive and focused and determined and, you know, all the things that I have now, you know, I didn't have then. But, you know, that's the thing. Energy work is transformative. You work on your imbalances, and if you acknowledge them and own them and work on them, then they change, they get better. So, talk about digression, but I hope that helped somebody. So anyway, what are we doing? We're gonna be unblocking energy channels. So that's just some big story. And then the energy channels work is actually right now. Okay. I'm trying to make timestamps for later. So you have your composite copy of your energy channels, all your body and spirit energy channels, and go ahead and surround that tube that represents all your energy channels and your body and your spirit. Surround it with lots of gold light. Lots and lots of gold light. You want to repair any holes that aren't supposed to be there, any scratches, melt away any cords. People wouldn't be cording an energy channel of your, yeah, they could cord, yeah, they could. So yeah, you can melt away energy cords going to these energy channels. I was gonna say, well, they wouldn't cord it if it wasn't damaged, but they could make damage and cord it. So yeah, it is very possible for someone to cord one of your energy channels. So go ahead and just repair any damage and unblock the energy channels, all your energy channels, to the extent that's healthy and gentle to do right now. And again, this does include TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, energy meridians that are all over your physical body, help you with everything basically. And you can also, of course, do that gold tub, the tub of gold light. So you create a tub with your intention of gold healing energy, and, you know, fill it up with gold healing energy, and then you dunk your composite copy of your energy channels in that gold light, and just and that's something you could do with hands free too. You know, if you're cooking or you're holding a kid or something, or for whatever other reason you don't want to move your hands around, just make a big tub of gold light and submerge your composite copy of your energy channels in that gold light. And then you would maybe think about letting go and healing and restoring yourself. It's okay to heal. I can repair, I can heal my wounds. You know, I can melt away cords. You know, just so you kind of allow the gold light to do the work. but I like using my hands too. I generally recommend that when it's possible. But you know, it's good to be able to do both. The point of using your hands is sometimes you get extra information, and two, you're validating the energy flow through your shoulders and your arms, which is very important for manifesting and empowerment and like raw self-assertiveness, having good energy flow here. So, but also over time, you can learn to feel energy with your hands so that you kind of can feel if something's blocked just by combing through it, and then you kind of feel like, yeah, something's there. So it's an extra source of information eventually when you get more experience with it. So you just find some energy blocks in these energy channels and be patient and surround those energy blocks with gold light until they dissolve. And again, what are we doing? We are repairing energy channels, all the energy channels of your body and spirit at once, to the extent that it's healthy and gentle to do right now. So I'm getting my little ding, ding, ding from the angels to let me know that I've done enough that is healthy and gentle right now. And so it's always nice if you have a little sign from your angels, or just use your own intuition, and then you're like, okay, yeah, I've done enough right now. That's good. Okay, so then we're gonna, we've healed them and repaired them and melted chords, but now we can repair the protective force field that goes around the energy channels. There's a natural force field that goes around the energy channels. Oh, and I should say too, the energy channels, they're different colors. I mean, the meridians, I generally see the energy flowing in throughout the meridians as a red color. So therefore those meridians would be red, because they're just sort of, you know, they resonate at the color of the energy traveling in them. And then, for example, like your arm channels, they carry extra energy from your 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th chakras downward here, down your arms. So they would be like peacock colors, right? Like blue, blues, and purple and green. So so this energy channel would be peacock colored. It would have, you know, green, blue, and purple in it. So the energy channels are all different colors, so you don't really have to worry about it. But anyway, so the protective force field would be the same color as whatever, you know, the energy channel is. So you just don't worry about that, because you're healing all the energy channels at once. So just don't try to control the color of the force field, just lots of gold light so that the force field can heal up and restore itself around the energy channels. All right, good job. Woohoo! Yay! So what do? We just repaired the natural protective force field around all your body and spirit energy channels. So you can just go ahead and get rid of your copy of your energy channels, get rid of your gold tub of gold light. So let's do the Wei Chi auras. So Wei Chi auras, everyone has them. Wei Chi is a traditional Chinese medicine concept. Wei Chi energy is like strong energy, strong boundaries energy. Helps with strong boundaries. So in traditional Chinese medicine, that would be like, for example, a cold pathogen, like some cold breeze that could get you sick. If you have like a stronger Wei Chi energy, maybe that would, you know, give you better defenses against that external pathogen that wants to get you sick. I'm explaining that like really fast. Chinese medicine is like kind of super complex. So just know that that was a very much a layperson, non-expert journey into explaining Chinese medicine. But anyway, so Wei Chi energy exists as a Chinese medicine concept for strong boundaries that helps you stay healthy and happy and safe energetically. But then the angels showed me Wei Chi auras that we have as a spirit. Everyone has 15 Wei Chi auras. So it's like, you know, they're force fields around you as a spirit. So if you're present, then they're around your body when you're awake. And they are all occupying the same space. So, and they're just like big force fields of energy. And it's you. It's you. It's just part of you that helps you with strong boundaries. So you just imagine your 15 Wei Chi auras just, as one big bubble out in front of you. And just use gold light. It's kind of like the regular aura repair, except you just have that intention that you want to repair and unblock to the extent that's healthy and gentle. So you just imagine these 15 Wei Chi auras that are all in one place. So here's one, here's another, here's another. They're all occupying the same space. And just have the gold light heal up the rips to the extent that's healthy and gentle. And again, our theme, I just want to remind you, our theme is, spring into action. So inspiration, clarity, focus, motivation, taking action. And so you could also have that intention as you're healing your Wei Chi auras. You want to melt, like say you can go ahead, find some hard energy block in one of your Wei Chi auras that is in the way of all that, your inspiration, your clarity, focus, motivation, and taking action. And just find one energy block that you can melt from your Wei Chi auras that would help you with all that. And just take your time. A lot of times energy blocks in the Wei Chi auras, they may have been there for a very long time, like even lifetimes. So that's why we're like, pick one energy block. I mean, you could pick a few, but as long as you know it's healthy and gentle. But just melt the energy block, take your time. There you go. And then you can find some more rips in your Wei Chi auras that, would be especially good for you to clear right now, to repair right now. And just imagine that the gold light is going to those rips in your Wei Chi auras and it's repairing them. And yes, we could even, if you make like a big gold basin of like, healing energy and like gold water, and just make a nice big one. And then, that's healthy and gentle. So it'll help you repair your Wei Chi auras to the extent that's healthy and gentle. And then take your composite copy of all your Wei Chi auras and then just dunk, really just your copy of all your Wei Chi auras and just dunk it in the gold light so that you're just healing and repairing your Wei Chi auras with this gold tub of energy to the extent that's healthy and gentle to do right now. And, deep breath, maybe wiggle your toes or, stretch your neck gently at the same time if you want. You don't have to, you can just breathe. And then you could get rid of the gold tub. I don't think we're going to need it for the next thing. Then we're going to do the rings. We're going to repair the rings of the Wei Chi auras. So I like just doing that with my hands, but I guess if you still can't use your hands because you're cooking or something, make a giant big gold tub of water again and soak your copy of your Wei Chi auras in that and just have the rings repaired because they're soaking in the gold light. But you have each Wei Chi aura has 4 gold rings, one up top, one at the bottom, one in the back right about here, and then one in the front right about here. And those rings, each one is about the width of your wrist, and they just resonate together and they help strengthen the whole Wei Chi aura. So repairing those, making sure they are whole and not cracked or broken, and helping them to kind of vibrate together and work together helps you get even stronger, helps you have even stronger boundaries. So like right now, just repair, say, the front and the back rings, the 15 in the front and the 15 in the back. Just send lots of gold light to these copies of your Wei Chi aura rings in the front and the back. And you can kind of ding them, like tap them, and then they make sound, ding, ding, ding. So like the more you heal and unblock them and repair them, It's like the sound is more refined. It's kind of neat. And if it's not so refined, they could be just a little too blocked. And then the top and the bottom rings, same thing. Each Wei Chi Aura has a ring at the top and at the bottom. So you're repairing and healing 15 top rings and 15 bottom rings. You can do that at once. You don't have to. I mean, you could just do the top ones first and then the bottom ones, whatever works for your brain. And you can unblock them, like melt away energy blocks that are stuck in and around them. You can just kind of tap them, see if you like the ring sound or not. If it sounds more muddled, like it's not like a bell ringing, then there are just too many blocks around it still. So I'm gonna heal the bottom ones a little extra because I feel like they're not ringing properly. So that means they're too blocked. And repairing the rings, you don't really have to worry about doing it just to the extent that's healthy and gentle. You can just go ahead and fully repair them. Because the rings, what they do is they strengthen everything, but they also start off like internal self-healing that you have that is going to be going at a healthy and gentle pace. So just repair all your rings. You don't have to worry about it. All right, good job. So what was that? We just repaired the Wei Chi Auras and the Wei Chi Aura rings. So now we've done so much. Pat yourself on the back. Wow. And if you're a newbie and you're like, oh my God, Janet, this are too many techniques. Well, then just get the healings. You don't have to do them on yourself if it's too much for you. I did hear that from one person though, that I felt like maybe she was just kind of being a perfectionist, you know, and if she just relaxed about it, she would enjoy the effects of doing this many techniques at once. You know, I think it's just like she was trying to kind of control things and just do like, you know, her 5 techniques every day forever. And it was just too, maybe consciously she felt in control and safe with that, but her spirit was kind of getting bored and it wasn't doing enough for her. You know, I think if you just mix it up, do new techniques, your spirit, your higher self becomes very checked in and engaged, and it's like more effective. And you're not trying to do everything perfect, and so it's more effective. So, you know, up to you. But I will link below later, you know, short videos that maybe just have 1 or 2 techniques in them, because, you know, there's a time and a place for that too, you know, where you just, you know, you're like, give me a grounding video, Janet. How hard is that? You know, I have like a 6-minute tricolor earth energy soak video in that case that you could even do with your children. Okay, so let's do good karma windows. Good karma windows. So they are, as I said, they are behind your neck and your head here, from like here to the back of your aura. That's where they're located, and there's 1 in each of the aura layers here. So there's 7 aura layers, so there's 7 good karma windows. And they're just like these triple frame windows, and when they're healed and repaired and the energy's flowing properly around them, they're not blocked, and we clear out the beings in the way and stuff, then it alleviates a lot of neck and shoulder tension. It helps you to be way more present and in control. So you're much more likely to take action on a project that you've been avoiding, maybe even for like a year or 2. It's really interesting. It's like, I know for me, like my decision-making abilities are like way better when I've taken care of this area. You know, I'll just be able to just have clarity on something that just before it was not going to happen. So, when they're all working together and nice, then it is another way that you can receive good karma from the universe. So people offering to help you, or just things working out more simply and easily, angels being more willing to give you even more help than usual, you know, stuff like that. So it's a good area to repair and heal. So you just imagine, you know, these 7 windows, 7 good karma windows with their little triple frames, and you just wash them out with gold light. And let's get the beings out of the way, just in case there are any beings in the way. And again, you are a giant, mighty, eternal being. These beings are like specks of dust to your like mighty awesomeness. So no need to be afraid. But you can just, I mean, you could just say, angels, can you clear out any beings that are messing with my good karma windows? You know, and then just have your healthy beverage while your angels do that. And again, that request is, angels, can you please clear out any beings messing with my good karma windows? And then you can have hard objects stuck in these good karma windows, kind of like you know, a spear or something that somebody threw at you, a hard object on an energy level. And it can even be from a past life. I've found plenty of them from past lives of mine, you know, still stuck in good karma windows. So I guess if you don't get them out, they're still there. So we're gonna do what we did on Sunday, which is you make a like a gold burrito. You wrap gold light around the good karma windows, and the gold light sticks to the hard objects that you want to remove. And then you just take out the burrito with full of the hard objects that you're ready to remove, and give that to your angels. Say, angels, can you please take that? So the windows are still there, the copy of your windows is still there, but you're wrapping the gold light around, and you want the gold light to adhere to the hard objects that need to be removed. And then take your gold burrito out with the objects in it, and just say, angels, can you please recycle all that? And then now, without those spears in the way, the hard objects, you can do more repair work on these windows and the window frames, just with gold light. You don't have to be able to see, just use gold light. And you can also, if you want, make a big gold tub of like gold water, you know, gold healing energy, and dunk your copies of all your good karma windows into the gold light, into the gold water, and just enjoy how that feels. Let the gold light repair the frames, repair the windows, and sort of unblock that area more. You could think, I can let go, I can let go. And then maybe some extra unblocking. You know, just think of the energy blocks around these good karma windows, and kind of, you could just melt them in place if you want, or you could just lower the energy blocks and blow them up. Lower the energy blocks from around the windows and blow them up. Lower the energy blocks and melt them with gold light or gold fire, gold water. Melt away more energy blocks. You know, remove them from around the windows and just blow them up. Lots of ways to do it. All right. So if you need a little massage in the back of your head, you could do that. Relax the physical muscles too in that area. And you can, while we're here, you can do extra healing for the back of your 6th chakra and the back of your 5th chakra. So the back of your 6th and the back of your 5th. Just extra unblocking right there in the back of your 6th chakra and the back of your 5th chakra. 6th is vision and non-judgment. 5th is communication and peace of mind. Communication with yourself, so inner thoughts. Communication with others. Communication with your angels. So unblock these chakras, open them up a little more, so the flow out the back is better, stronger flow out the back. There we go. All right, good job, guys. Woohoo! So now what are we gonna do? My goodness, we've done so much. So now we can do our conflict resolution ripple effect. So that is where you think about how the angels already have this whole thing maintained and you don't have to really do anything about it, but it's cool to notice. It's like right outside of your aura. It's like this gold water that sort of is just there, and it ripples around, and it's in between people. But it's not in your space, so you don't have to worry about it. But the angels maintain it, and it's just like a little communication. I think it's a way too that the angels, can comfort everybody, and they can, send like a comforting energy in this little force field, this little nice gold ripply energy. So, but when your energy's nice, you can also play with it a little bit. That's okay. The angels are good with that, as long as you're trying to, you have good intentions. So for conflict resolution, and even just to help people that you like too, but it helps with boundaries with people. If you help other people be more centered, then they're less likely to be in your space. So yes, it's good to just have strong boundaries and wash everybody out that is in your space, but it's good karma to help these people, and plus that makes it easier for you too. If they're more centered, they're less likely to be always challenging your boundaries, right? So so probably the most, like, if you're going to do one and that's it, probably the one that I would say is the most empowering that you could do is just remind people that they have angels, and your angels can help and guide you. Because believe it or not, a lot of people, they forget, like even on a spirit level, which is kind of wild, because you're like, how on a spirit level would you forget about angels? Because you can see angels on a spirit level, so why would you forget that? But it's just that on a spirit level, there's also, anger and fear and all these other things, and greed and whatever. So people just lose track of the big stuff, the important stuff. So a reminder from a fellow human being it can be really effective. On a spirit level, sometimes people think that angels just show up when you're dying or when your life is in danger. So sometimes, that they don't realize that, on your average day, your average stressful morning or something, you can receive a lot more help from your angels than you are if you just let them help. So it's a good karma to remind people of that. And it helps you as well, because then they're more likely to be more centered and leave you alone. So you can just have a thought of like your angels can help and guide you, or it's okay to let your angels help, whatever, kind of thing like that. Your angels can help and protect you and heal you. And just think about those things as you make the ripple in this gold energy, and that way that thought becomes a ripple effect. So your angels can help and guide you. It's okay to let your angels heal you. And as I mentioned in the intro, doing that also changes you inside. I guess it's just that it's such a sort of cool force field that, playing with it is transformative within you too. So, take a deep breath. Okay, so another classic conflict resolution one to do for others is it's okay to let go. Reminding people that they can let go of energy, because believe it or not, people forget that too. That like hoarding objects, having a lot of clutter, a lot of times that's people just forget that they can let go of energy. They forget to clear energy. And so they end up just leaving their, their anger, their fear, their baggage, whatever, in an object. And then they feel like the object is kind of like a part of them, and they don't let it go. So reminding people it's okay to let go is one of those deeper sort of fundamental truths And if a fellow human being reminds them, it can definitely be transformative in a very foundational way, in a good way. So so you can go ahead and say, you know, your ideas about letting go. It's okay to let go. You know, any day is a good day to let go. You know, it's time to let go. Letting go can make you feel better. All right, good job. And we did another, and again, deep breath. Because, you know, doing that can change you as well in a good way. So we can do one that we did on Sunday again, because I think it helped. It was about self-love, you know, like that you're worthwhile. It's okay to love yourself. It's okay to accept yourself. You're worthy of love. Something like that. So you can go ahead and think about that. Think about it's okay to have self-love. It's okay to accept yourself. You are special and worthy of love. Because everyone is special and worthy of love on a spirit level. And it's good karma to remind people of that. And it can help them to transform in a nice way. So, you know, you might think, oh, but this person's evil, Janet. I shouldn't say that to that person. They're a narcissist, so this will be the wrong thing. But I disagree. I mean, I think this angel network of energy wouldn't validate narcissism, you know? I think a narcissist really is missing some deeper, innocent things like self-love. So that may, you know, it may seem like a narcissist loves themselves, but they don't really. You know, self-love and self-acceptance is a very centering, gentle thing. So it helps that person to be more centered and more gentle, which benefits all of us, doesn't it? Okay, and then one more, which I touched on in the beginning, was about, in my intro today, was about being honest with yourself, you know, and accepting, uh, accepting imbalanced parts of you. Because, you know, you can change those parts of you, but you have to accept them first. You can't just be in denial and expect them to vanish tomorrow. You know, so maybe something like, you know, it's okay to accept your strengths and your weaknesses. You know, your strengths and your weaknesses are beautiful. You are beautiful. There's something like that to help people to just lighten up about, you know, that maybe they do have a little fear. Maybe they do have a little sadness, you know, and it's okay. Your thought could that you put out there could be about nurturing. You know, it's okay to nurture your weaknesses. That could be nice, right? It's okay to nurture your weaknesses, you know, whatever version of that you like, you know, whatever version is you. It's okay to accept yourself. It's okay to be honest with yourself. Honesty is strengthening. That's true. And deep breath, wiggle your toes, stay here. I say wiggle your toes because when you feel your toes wiggle, that helps your spirit to be fully in your body by going all the way into your toes. Okay, good job, guys. So we did some extra ripple effects for self-love and then being honest with yourself. Good job. Woohoo. All right, so let's see, we are being pretty time efficient. We've sped through a lot. I'm going to check in with where people are at. So I'll just be quiet for a minute so you can just check in with yourself or have your beverage or stretch, whatever you want. Okay, so now we're gonna do something new, new today. And I said it in the intro. I'm gonna call it GKE in video titles, even though that's not the coolest acronym I've ever heard, but it's just the initials of what it is. Good karma edge, like the edge of your aura. And we're gonna do special clearing for the edge of your aura to tune it so that you're able to receive good karma through your whole aura, like from the outside, from the universe in. Because a lot of times people are always like, I gotta keep the bad stuff out, and they just accidentally get so blocked on purpose, maybe out of fear, like putting up these big barriers. And also maybe just, the pressures and blockages create a barrier of pain that they don't know is there. And if we do targeted specific clearing on mindful clearing in the outer part of your seventh layer of your aura, then we can allow you to receive a lot more good karma all the time more easily, which is helpful, right? So good karma, just to explain what I mean by that, good karma and bad karma. So the karma does exist. It's not as fast acting as some people wish. Like some people wish that if someone did a lot of negative things in the world, that something really fast negative would happen to them in return. And that often isn't the way it goes. A lot of times it can be a different lifetime when that person then has to sort of pay back their bad karma. They have to, like, for example, if they oppress others, then they would need to have a lifetime where they are oppressed in order to, not as a sort of a vengeful thing. It's not about revenge. It's about, if that person's repressing others, they don't understand, they don't feel that that's a big deal. And so if you're then have a life where you are oppressed, you really realize it's a big deal now. You're like, oh yeah, now I get it. So it's sort of a balancing of scales in a way, because like you just have to go through something and then you learn and then you gain this compassion and wisdom through your learning and your experience. So anyway, so that's karma. And I don't think, for the record, sometimes people are like, oh, can you come back as an insect and all that? I haven't personally seen that. So if I had to say yes or no, I would say no, you cannot come back as an insect. From what I see, like, you're a type of spirit. I'm a type of spirit that comes back as a human being, so I mean, although, like, I will say large mammals are like way super cool. Like you can telepath and have a conversation with a large mammal and it's so cool. They could even, like, you can ask an elephant, like, hey, can you tell me where I have energy blocks that I should clear? And the elephant will telepath back, yeah, in the back of your fourth layer right there. And, like, big, large animals are like crazy wise and cool. But you are probably not going to incarnate as a big, large animal. They're just really cool. So anyway, big digression there. So anyway, that's sort of maybe a little nutshell of what I mean about karma. That, likewise, if you help others, if you are altruistic, you're extra kind and extra compassionate in a way that wasn't necessary to you, you get good karma, and the universe wants to repay you and help you and make things easier. And it doesn't mean, though, that your life would be devoid of challenges. Like some people get a little too stuck about, like, oh, but I've helped, I helped my brother, while he was sick for 10 years. So the rest of my life should be really easy. Why isn't the universe making my life easy? It's, again, just like bad karma isn't as fast as you might want it to be. Good karma is not always as fast as you want it to be. You may still have some challenges that are sort of planned for your lifetime, that you planned into your lifetime in order to help you grow and change. So, try not to be so stuck on like how easy your life should be, but at the same time, we can also just, make you more open to good karma so that when possible, you can get lifts and extra help and extra, kindness from others. Okay. So that was a big long intro. So anyway, maybe I'm just trying to do this for timestamps for later, so I can put timestamps in the info section and the comment section. But anyway, so basically it's a 7th layer clearing, but a specialized one, so that the edge part, the outer maybe third or outer half of your 7th layer of your aura is especially unblocked. So go ahead and do that. Just imagine a copy of just that outer layer of your aura. And, you know, naturally, if you go ahead and set your 7th chakra to your favorite shade of purple. And, you know, you can have a different favorite shade of purple whenever. It's not like, you know, if you don't have an all-time favorite shade of purple, that's okay. Just pick one. And so that then, therefore, then your chakra, your 7th chakra would be generating energy at that color, and it would be sending it into your 7th layer, that color. So then you just think, well, okay, that's the layer I'm healing, just that one, just your 7th layer. And especially the outer half of it, but if that blows your mind too much, you can just do the whole 7th layer. And just use the gold light to melt away any energy that's blocking you from receiving good karma. So it could be like old, just old energy that somebody threw at you that just kind of got stuck there. You know, maybe it's not so much in like modern US culture, I don't think, but in different parts of the world, things are different, you know, different cultures in different places. Sometimes in this life, in certain parts of the world, people will do like, you know, they might call it black magic, or they might call it, you know, whatever, curses or something. And I don't like to validate, you know, the fear of that, like, oh my gosh, you know, because it's just pieces of energy it's just energy, you know, manipulation that people do. And people do energy manipulation in the US, of course. They just may not call it black magic or curses. You know, they just kind of are manipulative, and they call it good marketing, or something, unfortunately. So you just wash that out. Wash out all the good marketing or the black magic or the curses, you know, just the pieces of energy in your 7th layer that don't belong there, that somebody else created. And just wash them all out with gold light, melt them, gold fire, gold water. Because you want to be able to receive good karma. You know, if the universe is trying to pay you back for good deeds that you've done in this life or in a past life, you know, by all means, why not receive that, huh? So just melt away any energy blocks, which could be, you know, black magic or, you know, oppression energy, manipulation energy, whatever, just blocks to your confidence, you know, whatever. Any energy, and it could be, you know, energy of somebody who's just kind of like invasively curious, who's in your space. They could be really acting just the same as a piece of, you know, curse or something, because it's their energy and it'll block you up just the same. So it could be someone who, or it could be like a mother of yours who just is kind of like, you know, helicoptering over you, you know, wishing that you're okay, but she's doing it in an invasive way. And so just melt all that out. You know, it doesn't matter if someone means well or they mean to harm you. It's the same thing in your energy field. Just wash it out. Don't be afraid of any of it, and just melt it all away. What are we doing? We are melting away from your 7th layer of your aura, technically your astral body and your physical body auras. Just that outer layer in your aura. Anything that's not you, essentially. And really, you could have some stuck energy there. You could have some like negative self-beliefs, you know, like I'm not good enough or something, you know, so it could be your energy that we're transforming right now too. So any energy that's blocking you from receiving good karma, just go ahead and send gold light there and melt it. Your 7th layer of your aura, which is the outermost layer. And just use gold light to melt away any black magic or curses or manipulation energy or good marketing or you know, invasive curiosity or helicopter moms or whatever, anything in your seventh layer that doesn't belong there, that's blocking you from receiving good karma. All right, great, good job. So that's, for lack of a better name, until maybe I'll think of another one, but that's good karma edge, the edge of your aura, and we're tuning it to be good for receiving good karma. So, so I'm going to put in the video title, I'm going to smush in there the initials GKE for good karma edge. I'll type it out too. GKE equals good karma edge. Clearing the seventh layer of your astral and physical auras so that you can receive good karma energy from the universe. Yeah, so I'll it's just because I need a small title to fit into the video, small name of it to fit into the title. So that's the name of the technique now, GKE, good karma edge. All right, let's see. So let's do some blanket exercise. Blanket exercise, we're going to use that for targeted energy clearing. And targeted energy clearing is important. You know, that's a good way to work on your own weaknesses. And with targeted energy clearing, I always see the opposite in the camera, so it's totally messing me up. There we go. With targeted energy clearing, that's how you work on your weaknesses. So say you're afraid of public speaking, or you're afraid of, talking live on a video, or you're afraid of talking to a guy that you think is cute, or you're afraid of, or you're angry about something, and you think, well, gee, maybe my anger is getting in the way of being polite and respectful to this person. Maybe, so go ahead and do targeted energy clearing to clear your baggage around a certain thing. Like another good one too is, you may be courting somebody, you may be being invasive with somebody, and you don't want to be, like, because it's bad karma, right? So, or maybe, like this one client of mine, she's like, well, I'm mad at these people because they're in my space. Well, yeah, but because you're mad, you're throwing energy at them, and now they're throwing energy back at you, so you've, like, started this whole huge war. So you can clear any resentment, any aggression that that's driving you to whack somebody, throw energy. You can clear that, right? So go ahead and make a big blanket out in front of you, and first we'll just do a general clearing like that. Anything that's in the way for you in life. Yeah. Any energy blocks that are keeping you from having a good day, keeping you from sleeping well, keeping you from getting along with others, just in general making you uncomfortable and less present, so maybe that's a big mountain of energy blocks now, but it's okay because you asked your angels to check the pile, make sure it's not too much to clear. Say, angels, can you please double check my pile? So you just made a blanket out in front of you. The blanket's optional really, but you make a gold blanket out there, and then you just heap onto it a whole bunch of baggage of yours, right? And then you have your pile. Say, angels, double check my pile, and then just use gold light and melt the pile. And if you feel like, oh, these people are always courting me, just do some extra melting around the pile to make sure the cords are gone. And that way the pile might melt a lot faster. I'm smiling because on a spirit level, everybody's piles, the 100 people I'm healing, their piles melted really fast, and some of them were like, ooh. It is neat, because people always think life is so hard, and yeah, life is challenging, but I think people don't realize how much easier you could make it by clearing your own baggage. So it's very cool. All right, so another one, big gold blanket out in front of you, and if you don't like feeling this stuff, make the blanket further away from you. and just heap onto it any baggage that's in the way, in your way of having a better day, in your way of moving forward on whatever issue you're trying to work on, whether it's your comfort eating, whether it's, you know, body image, whether it's meditating more regularly, whatever. Any baggage that's blocking you from making progress on your issues, and put it on your blanket, right? And then say, angels, can you please double check my pile? And just maybe have a sip of your beverage while your angels check your pile. And then go ahead and melt your pile. And like I said, if you feel like you have a lot of people always courting you, you can check for chords. Just melt the chords out of the pile first, and then melt the pile. It's cute. All right, so we'll do one more, which is about the theme. Why not, right? So big blanket out in front of you. Any baggage, put on the blanket any baggage of yours that's in the way of your inspiration, feeling inspired, in the way of your focus, in the way of your clarity, in the way of your motivation. Heap baggage on the pile in the way of your motivation, and in the way of any baggage in the way of you taking action on little projects, taking action on big projects, taking action on projects you're super avoiding. Put any baggage that's in the way of all that onto your blanket, and then say, angels, can you please double check my pile? And again, what is this? This is any baggage that's in the way of your inspiration or focus or focus. There's another 6th, 7th chakra one. Inspiration, clarity. In the way of your inspiration, clarity, focus, motivation, and taking action, right? And then now go ahead and melt it. Melt the pile. And we'll do another one quickly. Same thing. Any baggage, new blanket, any baggage in the way of your inspiration, motivation, taking action, focus, clarity. Change up the order there for you. And then go ahead and say, angels, can you please double check my pile? And then go ahead and clear it. Lots of gold light. And just relax, breathe if you're having any trouble clearing it. And you can also say, angels, can you please help me clear my pile? All right, great job, guys. We're going to do the bring in part of callback bring in. We don't really need to do the callback one. There's a video callback bring in, which will be linked below later by the end of the day, but we don't need the callback part right now. We just need the bring in part. So so bring in is like energy that you have been wanting to bring in of yours. And it just needs a little extra help to come into your energy field. Like for a sample person, some of it is confidence. Different sample person, some of it is self-love and self-acceptance. Someone else, it's playfulness. Somebody else, let's pick a newbie. Patience with others. Somebody else, another newbie. It's new job energy. Like just a new level of personal power and confidence and intuition so that they can manifest their new job. So anyway, you just imagine these bits of your energy up above you. They're probably pretty close to the top of your aura, and they're colored like rainbow colors, and it's you. So you're imagining bits of your energy up above you, and you just run gold light through it, and that's all that's needed, because it's like you're about to bring it in, but you can't quite bring it in. So if you use lots of gold light and just surround these bits of your energy with gold light, that's enough to bring them in. They just kind of come in then. So you just imagine these bits of your energy that you've been trying to bring in. Sometimes it's creativity, sometimes it's innocence energy. Innocence energy is really nice. It's great for stress relief and playfulness. Some people think that innocence is only for childhood. It's not true. You can maybe lose your innocence during or after childhood, but you can get it back, and it's really good to have as an adult. It may make you a little silly like me, but but it's really good for stress relief and inner strength, and just life enjoyment. So maybe some innocence you've been trying to bring in, you can help that come in. Confidence, inspiration, taking action energy, focus energy, clarity. You know, there could be some clarity energy that you have up above you that you haven't been able to bring in. So just gold light, some taking action energy up there of yours. And so you're just being aware of some of this energy of yours that you haven't been able to bring in yet, and just run gold light through it, and that way it can come in. All right, good job. Good job, good job. So I think we're pretty much done. I'm just gonna double check everything. So you could just give yourself a last run through with your aura, just gold light through your aura, gold light through your chakras, gold light through your grounding. Just kind of make sure everything's flowing nicely. Above your head, beneath your feet, in the back of your aura. All those nice, pretty good karma windows working now. And your good karma edge doing its job and letting in good karma. And the good karma edge is the edge all around you, so even in the back. So just clear that off in the back so it can be a good karma edge. So then, just as a final thing, just ask your angels for healing and a blessing. Just say, angels, can you please give me a healing and a blessing? And then you can just enjoy that. Maybe, breathe, stretch while so you can receive the blessing. And that's going to work even if you didn't know you had angels, because your angels are there anyway. So you just say, angels, can I please have a blessing and a healing? And it works, which is good. All right. So your angels are going to just keep going, and with that, as long as you need. So I'm going to say thank you and goodbye to all the healing participants. Well, not goodbye forever, but thank you, good job, let's say, to all the people that I just healed. Everyone seems extra jubilant this time. It's cute. All right, so the healing's over. You guys are so awesome. If you want, I'm going to catch up if there were some comments I missed while I was healing. And this isn't going to be a big, long Q&A right now. We're pretty much done, but there's probably going to be about, realistically, like 10-15 minutes in case anyone has related questions to something that we did in this healing, or somebody just wants to share their feedback about what this was like for them. You know, even the people that didn't, you know, pay me and therefore they were just healing themselves as they listened, I'm still interested in your feedback on the techniques. You know, what was it like for you? How do you feel? So you could just say, you know, so I know which group you're in, because some people just, it's like a bunch of letters and numbers, their YouTube ID. So, you know, you could say healed myself, this is how I feel, or, you know, received the healing, this is how I feel. You know, if your YouTube name is particularly cryptic, you know, you can help me out a little. So, but you don't have to give feedback, but it's usually kind of fun. All right. So I'm going to catch up on comments. Someone says, I didn't know the angels don't always clear things when you ask. Yes, that's true. Yeah, a lot of people miss a lot of things because they're like, oh, I ask my angels to do that every day. It's like, well, they're not doing it. They're sitting back going, seriously, you can't do that? So yeah, it's good to check up on that. Don't just like throw the request behind your shoulder and assume, because, you know, like if you're my client, you're not a young soul, you're an older soul. So there's oftentimes a higher bar, you know, where angels will be like, you know, you could do that, you know, so you can't, I mean, yeah, if you're having a really bad day, it doesn't hurt to say, angels, can you please repair my aura? I know something's really wrong. You know, it doesn't hurt. It's not like your angels get offended if you won't do it yourself. It's just sometimes they're going to want you to do it. Like, for example, you know, if you say, help me to have strong boundaries with person XYZ, they're going to help, but if part of the process that they want you to do is clear baggage XYZ and you don't clear that baggage, you just say, angels, fix my boundaries with this person, then your boundaries with that person are not fixed. You know, because part of it's your job, you know, part of it's your angels and they're happy to help, you know, but sometimes, particularly for older souls like you guys all are, sometimes, you know, part of it's your learning and your growth, and you're supposed to like meet them halfway. So yeah, good. I sometimes I forget to remind people about that kind of thing. So thanks for bringing that up. Someone says, my angels told me to take it easy today. So what you're saying about nurturing yourself is really resonating with me. Yeah. Well, that's very exciting that you heard that from your angels. And part of it could be because of that, you know, the ripple effect that we've been doing. It really does change people within in a good way. But then it's like, if you're also in denial and avoiding parts of your baggage, like it's a weird thing. So it's better to just be self-accepting and nurturing, you know, and that way that sort of truth and honesty kind of enlightened thing with the gold ripple effect that you're playing with, it just, you're all good. It's a nice thing. Hope that made sense, by the way. Someone says, hi, Janet. Hello, good morning. Hi, Janet. Okay, someone says, Janet, hello. Someone says, I burp a lot during the healing. Anybody feel the same? Yeah, burping sometimes can be just a big energy clearing, but it could be that you're eating too much gassy food. If you're burping a lot, maybe there's some, you know, energy block that you're trying to clear that's just not clearing, or you're eating gassy food. Like 1 or 2 or 3 burps in a healing, maybe, you know, it's not something extra, but more than that, yeah, there might be some, maybe third chakra. You gotta unblock your third chakra extra. That might help with the burping. Although, you know, I don't mind if you burp during healing. Someone says, you look incredibly good for 50 goals. Part of that is good lighting. I have a lot of lighting around me. So here, I'll show you the good lighting. We have a side light here, and then we have a front light there, and then we have another side light here, which is also my sunshine light therapy light. So good lighting helps. I mean, it's not just, you know, meditating helps over time. It does help get the burdens off of you so that you just you know, you're helping yourself, and so therefore you're less burdened. So therefore, you know, it shows up in your eyes and everything. So yeah. Also, I feel like if you don't wear makeup, it forces you to be honest with yourself. Like, I haven't worn makeup since I was in my 20s. I stopped wearing makeup when I was, I don't know, sometime in my early 20s, because like I'm, you know, like most people, I look a lot better in makeup, but then I would wear no makeup one day and everyone would think I was sick. Like, are you okay? And I'd be like, what? I'm just not wearing makeup. And I thought, well, okay, that's kind of ridiculous. And that's going to make me feel bad about myself over time. You know, if everyone thinks I'm like looking like I'm dying, you know, when I'm not wearing makeup. So I just stopped wearing makeup. And I think that's a good thing, because it kind of forces you to be honest with yourself and be like, all right, I must not be drinking enough water. I must be eating too much chocolate. I must not be getting enough sleep, you know, something. Because you can't really hide if you're not wearing makeup, you know? And so that, you know, meditation, not wearing makeup, trying to take care of yourself, trying to get enough sleep, you know, whatever. Good lighting. Anyway, okay, somebody says 15. I don't know what that means, but oh, maybe someone says I look like I'm 15. Yeah, hoodies too make you look younger. Somebody likes the burrito reference, the energy burritos. Yeah, I think those are fun too. Angels, please recycle this burrito. Yep. More on angels, please. I need more understanding about angels. Well, everyone has angels. You know, you as an older soul, everyone watching is an older soul. So you all have, you know, at least 3 personal angels and 1 spirit guide. And your personal angels they're real angels. So it's not like grandma, grandpa, or like this good friend of yours that's now in heaven. I mean, they're great too, and they may be helping, but you really have actual personal angels that are real angels, and they are appointed to you during your life planning stage before your life starts in heaven, blah, 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 you know, and they're with you your whole life. And your spirit guide, same thing. It's a human being spirit like you and me that is in between lifetimes, that volunteers for like extra credit spiritually to be somebody's spirit guide, and they're matched up with you. So it's not like they were your buddy in a past life or something. And the spirit guide works with your angels to kind of, you know, help you to listen to your angels and help you stay out of trouble and, you know, help you feel good. So you always have 3 angels and 1 spirit guide. They're not always like right around you, but you'll have at least one of that team around you at all times. So you'll have either your spirit guide or one of your angels around you at all times. And they're going to be respectfully outside of your aura. They're not going to be in your face or anything. That's not what angels and spirit guides do. So that's that. But you can look up, if you just search Janet Wright angels, you'll find different videos where I mention angels. Search on YouTube, Janet Wright angels, you know. Someone says, thank you so much. You're welcome so much. Someone says, adorable. Thank you, Janet. Love the animal insight. Animal insight. What did I say about animals? I don't remember, but you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Someone says, thank you so much. Oh, about the animals. Yeah. Because if you want, like, say you want to get a reading from me, but you know, you can't get one because they sell it in 2 minutes, or you just don't have the money to pay for one. Just, you know, well, now you can't go to the zoo because, you know, of social distancing and coronavirus and stuff. But years ago, I used to go to the zoo and I used to ask like an elephant to read me. And man, they used to point out all sorts of cool energy blocks I could clear, or like one chakra that was too blocked. It was the awesomest. But you can ask your angels for that too, of course. You know, but I think at the time, maybe I wasn't as good at hearing my angels, but I could hear an elephant better. So, but yeah, big mammals are very cool like that. Someone says, thank you so much. Heart, thank you. You're welcome. Someone says, thank you. Flower. Thank you. Someone says, thank you, Janet. I feel awesome. Slightly anxious, but I think it's blocks and I can clear those. Yeah, just yeah, I think right in front of your first layer, you have 3 blocks and there's a being kind of wrapped around them. So you're not clearing it. Like beings can just kind of get glued into the energy blocks. And so if that's ever happening, it's just a being like mushed into all of them. So you just say, angels, can you recycle that being? And then it'll be easy to melt away the energy blocks after that. And then your first chakra should calm down. But remember, you are a giant and mighty eternal being. Wow, it's huge and powerful. And these little beings are like little specks of dust. So nothing to be afraid of. Someone says, thank you so much. Received healing. I have another headache like in Sunday's healing. That's unusual for me. What could this be about? Big, big whacks in the back. Like hard objects that aren't, you know. Yeah, it's a female that you're used to being angry with you. And they're like, she's using hard objects like all around here. She was a long time ago, she was putting the objects here, but now it seems to be around here. So yeah, just grab them out just gently with lots of gold light and just keep grabbing them out and then repair it up. I don't know why she's like that. I mean, I guess I know. She has a lot of repressed anger from different lifetimes, so. But you could, you could talk to her spirit. Once you're safe again, you could just say hi to her and just be like, your angels, I know you don't mean to do that. You can have your angels help you to clear your anger, and then she could work with her angels specifically on that. It should be good for the both of you. Someone said, healed myself today. It felt great. I feel great. Do you see anything? It's my birthday and my family seems a little triggered. Yeah, that's why I don't ever tell anyone when my birthday is, because I don't need people focusing on me. I would just say do extra in the back of your aura. You kind of have like a peanut gallery of like little bits of people's energy in the back. I mean, overall, you're very present, but if there were one area to, get some extra breathing room, it would be the back of all the aura layers, just like gold tidal wave the whole thing, like, just like tons of gold light, but overall things are fine. Like back of your grounding too, same thing, like gold tidal wave, all here. But yeah, just reminds me, that's why I don't tell people when it's my birthday. Yeah, you're saying trying to keep it clean with non-judgment. Yeah, that is working. Someone says, thank you, Janet. That felt great. Good to know. Thank you. Received healing and I feel super tired and weak, like lightheaded. Yeah. Even during the healing, there was a part of you like whacking the crap out of this person in your life that sometimes is in your space and you get pissed at that person for being in your space. So, but like even during the healing, you were whacking that person and they were whacking you like a lot. Like it looks like just a giant like club, that you use on them and then they have one they use on you and then you just go wonk and then that person just goes wonk. So I would just say like hug this inner punishing part of you that is punishing that person. Like hug her because she's getting you in trouble. Like even during the healing you didn't stop. Like just bury the hatchet, that expression. Like I know you don't mean to harm anybody in your life, but you get frustrated because they won't be a certain way and you feel like they should be and blah blah blah, so yeah, it's just the whacking is just too much, and it's too much to deal with for you. So in many ways your space is rocking. Like you have no chakra damage right now because you just got the healing, so your energy channels are phenomenal. But rein in that part of you that just will not let the conflict die and just heal her because she's getting you in trouble. Someone says, feel so much better. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for sharing. Someone says, thank you, Janet. I feel happy and hopeful. You are a lovely person. Thank you. You're very kind. Someone says, what can it look like imagining the things blocking our good karma edge? I see what you're saying. It could look like silver or white, like hard like ice maybe. Ice on the edge there, or like a burnt black hard edge, like burnt toast. Bread gets so burnt it's all black. Not that I've ever burnt bread that badly. Yes, I have. But yeah, it's just something. It's probably black or white or silver, probably. But yeah, it's just like hard things. So rather than having purple flowing, that's you. It's just like hard stuff in the way there. So that's what it looks like. Amazing that big mammals are telepathic and wise. Sure, yeah. Even little dogs are telepathic, but they're not as wise. They're more like, feed me, pet me, I love you. Which is cool too, of course. But I've never asked a dog like, okay, which chakra is blocked or something. Like, I don't think that's really their thing. But yeah, like a big mammal, yeah, they're good readers. They're like, oh yes, that would be the chakra right there for this, and look over there, see that? It's damaged. Previously, you had also mentioned how they radiate earth energy. Thank you. Big mammals radiate earth energy. I mean, they're cool. I don't know. I think they definitely heal the planet. I don't know. The earth energy, usually when I say earth energy, I mean energy from the center of the earth. So I don't think they radiate that, but they do heal the planet. They're very healing and cool. Someone says, you do have great lighting. I thought you did this in front of a big picture window. Yeah, no, my old videos, a lot of times I was in front. There's like a time, if you go to really early videos, I did it in front of a picture window and the lighting is like pretty lousy. But then like the place we used to rent, like in like a year and a half ago, and then before that 2 years, like that time period, I had this big like, yeah, nice floor to ceiling windows that I was in front of when I made my videos. So yeah. Someone says, do animals need our healing too? Or are they so wise they don't need it since they know energy? I mean, if you owned an elephant or a horse or something, yeah, you could definitely give them healings. Yeah. Someone says, thank you, Janet. Is there a way for you to undo a whack that you accidentally sent out? Caught myself yesterday and tried to call my energy back. Good for you. Good for you in that not many people are willing to see the unflattering stuff about themselves. Like even of, my old soul, clients, even of my clients, maybe let's say about 40% of them have whacked somebody in the last week, right? Are 40% of them open to realizing that they've whacked someone in the last week? No. Maybe 5% of them are willing to realize that they whacked someone in the last week. So I just think it's good because you can't change something if you're pretending it's not happening, So like, my favorite is like, oh, he got so angry at me. It's like, well, you were whacking him for like 4 hours before he blew up at you, but like, it's like never occurs to people to check that stuff because they think, oh, well, bad people whack. People that yell and scream whack. I am quiet. I don't whack. Like they just don't understand that it's inner subconscious anger that causes someone to go wrong. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. You can be you can have good intentions, you can give to charity, you can help others, but you can still have enough repressed anger to go whack, So I just think that's nice that you're aware. But no, you can't undo a whack. You can say, angels, please bless this person, So angels, like say his name was John Smith. Angels, please bless John Smith, and that could sort of help your karma, and that might help that person. But if you've if you're in a good place and you're healed yourself and everything, then you could say hi to that person on a spirit level and just say, oh, you know, I just want to let you know that your angels can help repair your aura. You could do that, but don't like get all guilt and weird about it and then jump in their space, because that's like a whole nother bunch of bad karma. Even if you mean to help, you know. So just, you know, get your center, you know, and don't be all guilty. Just, you know, be like an owl and observe and imagine them and just be like, hi, I don't mean any harm. I just want to let you know these are your angels and they can help you to repair your aura if you want. You know, because a lot of times, you know, like my clients, they know how to repair their aura, but whoever they whacked probably does not. And so then that person's going to be like kind of irritable for maybe a while because their aura will be ripped and they won't be fixing it. So yeah, good question. Thank you. I'm just trying to find my place because YouTube keeps bouncing the comments and so I can't find it. Okay. Can we ask the spirit guides for help in the same way we do with angels? Hope my spirit guide is not feeling left out as I do not address her much at all. Yeah, I think it's sort of known that when you say angels, it's sort of angels and my spirit guide, you know, because they're all one team. So you don't have to, like my spirit guide, she's just laughing and shaking her head. Like it's not like that. They're people, but they're working with the angels so much that they don't really have like that sort of feeling left out kind of baggage that gets triggered if you're talking to your angels all the time. It's assumed that they're there to help you hear your angels better. There's not this assumption that your spirit guide is like this all-knowing being. Your spirit guide is just a person like you and me volunteering to do good, you know. The reason you need a spirit guide is because sometimes you can be so stuck you can't hear the refined vibration coming from your angels. You can't hear their communication because you're at too like low of a vibration. Maybe you're in shame or fear or guilt or whatever, anxiety. And so the angels therefore then say, well, we can't get through to her. Spirit guide, you know, can you try to tell her? And then the spirit guide will tell you and you'll be like, oh, and you'll hear it better because that's a human being spirit, and so they can like sort of get lower in vibration and just say it to you in a way that you'll be like, whoa, okay, I need to do this, you know. So that's usually how it works. The angel says it first and the first couple times, and if you can't hear, then the spirit guide tries to give you the message. So yeah, you can have a name for your spirit guide and then just say hi to your spirit guide all the time. Yeah, that's fine too. But they won't feel left out. I sometimes have tension in my diaphragm breathing where I don't feel my full breath is truly full. How can I release that? Well, we're getting a little bit into Q&A questions. I'll try to give a quick answer to that, but I do have a Q&A coming up on May 17th. It's going to start roughly about an hour and 50 minutes to 2 hours after the healing masterclass ends. So I have 2 Q&As each month. I had one 2 days ago on Sunday, the Sunday of the triplet, and then the Sunday, May 17th, right after the healing masterclass, I'll have a Q&A, which is just an hour for like any energy questions anybody wants. So a quick version of this. Sometimes I have tension in my diaphragm breathing where I don't feel my full breath is truly full. How can I release that? I think you generally have a third chakra cord here, and sometimes even third chakra damage when you're feeling that tightness there. If the chakra is damaged, that means it like has a crack in it or a chip missing, and so it's a lot easier for people to really get that cord in pretty solidly. And then their energy is just blocking it up. So I would just say, melt the cords there in the front and the back of your third, and repair your third chakra. I have a video that, I generally post below these live streams all the time called, if you search Janet Wright composite copy repair chakras, you'll find it. And it's just to repair all chakras at once. And because specifically your third, when you're feeling that way, generally needs repair and uncording, unblocking. So that's that. But yeah, you have somebody who very commonly cords you in your life, which can happen. I mean, I noticed that like there's a couple, well, there's two different couples actually that I was healing in this triplet set that very regularly cord the heck out of each other. So it's common, but it's not helpful. So, try to melt the cords and open this up, and then also repair the chakra with that video. Okay, someone says, LOL, thank you, Janet. You're welcome. Yes. Peace and harmony. Someone says, woke up feeling very scared and anxious today, but I'm also hungover. I'm guessing alcohol causes energy issues. Oh, yeah. Or maybe even attracts beings. Yes. I also talked to an iffy coworker who maybe triggered me. Man, girl, we're getting you all these feelings and then you're drinking? Yeah, I mean, I understand that is a normal human behavior for many people, but yeah, I would, yeah, basically alcohol pops you out. And so you've worked so hard to like get more present, and then alcohol basically is an artificial substance. Well, it's also a liver toxin, first of all, but then it's a substance that while it's in your system, it's going to be way harder for you to be present, and it can affect you, definitely the day after. So, I mean, you could work it and get as present, but you're just kind of giving yourself a lot of extra work, I mean, that's the thing, it's like, it's just undoing the good stuff that you've been working on, So, I love you either way. I know some people have, maybe not you, but other people might have, very long-term addictions that they're working on getting through. And so it's not like you could just turn off the light switch and boom, I don't drink anymore. Over time you can. And, I would applaud someone who wants to work on that. But anyway, yeah, long story short, alcohol as a substance, it's like this chemical wedge in between you and your physical body. So it's much harder. It's very, very challenging to be present with alcohol in your system. And I mean, a sip or two when you like feel a slight buzz, most people that's gonna make them less present, even just that. I'm like, I can have like, if I'm very sensitive to alcohol because I don't drink, and once you stop drinking, then like even a sip or two, you like feel a buzz with just that. But I could be fully present in all my chakras with just that, but most people can't. It just depends on how good you are at staying here. But yeah, so it pops you out, and then beings, would be more able to notice that you're popped out and not coming back anytime soon. So yeah, that would be attractive to invasive beings, and it would just basically make a mess. So there you go. Someone says, I do that too. But anyway, if anyone does want to drink less or stop drinking, I do have a playlist that I did a while back about compulsive behavior and stopping compulsive behavior. And there's like a deep thought video about compulsive behavior or unwanted behaviors. So you can like clear energy blocks out of your mind that contribute to you having that urge. You could even just do blanket exercise to contribute, start clearing over time the baggage that contributes to you, feeling an urge to do anything that's going to undo your wellness stuff. But, of course, try to be forgiving of yourself, because the shame and the guilt doesn't help either, so it's a journey. But yeah, for your question, yes, alcohol does contribute to problems. Someone says, I do that too. Try to cancel thoughts and negative intentions that I don't realize that I do when I get emotionally triggered. Ha ha. Yeah, I would say ask your angels to bless whatever person that you feel you may have harmed. But B, try to heal that part of you, because that part of you is likely not just magically poof gone. The part of you that is more bitter or resentful or stuck in anger. You know, so maybe energy healing flowers for that part of you. There's a good, there's a nice deep thought video too, which could be interesting. Janet Wright, deep thought, sadness, anger, I think is the Janet Wright, deep thought, sadness, anger. And that could be nice too, to just proactively work on your anger issues so that then you just don't go there, you know, because it's a lot safer for you, better for your karma. Someone says she might be throwing, oh, you're talking about this person in your life. She might be throwing hard objects because she's sick, and I might be fluttering over her or over talking nonstop like I did before. Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, this is true for a lot of moms. It's like, okay, just try to think of it this way. Okay. And I know being a mom is very challenging. So forgive me, you know, I don't mean to minimize the challenges and the complexities of it, right? But a lot of times moms, they get judgy, basically. They think like, okay, well, they see the life of their adult child and they see the choices that that person's making, and they have in their mind, their mom mind, this clear path that the child should be on, that the child is not on. You know, it's like their mind becomes very judgy about like, oh, this is what they could be, this is their potential, and they're not doing it. And so they get, and having that level of judgment and sort of superimposing your preferences into the situation sets you up for a lot of trouble, you know, because it's really hard not to be invasive and controlling and manipulative to another human being if you have this sort of black and white thing of, well, this is what they're doing and this is what they should be doing, you know. It's like then you feel like you're God and you should just shove them onto the proper path, you know. Try to unmom your brain, you know, and just I mean it seriously, but you know, I know it sounds funny, but just try to think that, okay, she's just a human being and she's not like everyone thinks, oh, she's a part of you. She's not at all a part of you. She's had so many lives where she didn't even know you. She's her own human being, right? And you were that age once, and she has her own desires and wants and choices and weaknesses, and those are informing why she does certain things. And just try to back up off of like sort of a backseat driver role, you know, get out of her car, you know, stay out of her car, even, you know, because sometimes daughters then or sons, they'll force you into their backseat and be like, what should I do? Tell me, make my decisions for me, you know, and then they want you out of the car later, you know, so try to just avoid the whole trap, you know, and just be like, hey, this is an eternal soul and she has, you know, a ton of past lives too, and she has her own angels. Just try to get out of the car and get rid of that image in your mind of this is what she's doing, this is what she should be doing. Just be like, okay, that's her path, you know, and I think that'll just help make you safer, a lot safer. Kind of like try to reinvent what you think it is to be a mom, basically. All right. On that note, if you have coworkers judging you and you stay in non-judgment and heal up wax they throw, does that mess them up? Does that mess them up? Does that mess them up? Well, we're kind of off track, first of all, but if you just don't participate in the judgment, they'll probably forget about you, and you're not like feeding the fire of the conflict, you know, particularly if you give them like some of those conflict resolution flowers, you offer it to them, like in that video, Janet, if you search Janet Wright, resolve conflict boundary issues. But yeah, people can forget about you. People can lose their grudges, like on a spirit level. Like consciously, they may still not like you, but they won't spiritually be investing into perpetuating some kind of a conflict. They'll just lose interest. And if they don't like really evolve, they'll just pick somebody else to drag down and, you know, be weird with, and it's not your problem. Someone says, I noticed that it works. Sorry, I'm so talkative today. This triple has been great for me, LOL. Yes. So it says, hi Janet, quick question. Did Wei Chi Auras replace gold energy aura buffer zones? Thanks. Great question. You know, I always forget to say, you see, the thing is, telepathically, like I told people in the healing that we just did, I told the 100 participants to redo their gold energy aura buffer zones like 4 different times telepathically. But I've noticed that I have this conscious block to that, and I don't mention it out loud. So yes, out loud, I'm saying it now. Redo your gold energy aura buffer zones. So yeah, no, they don't replace. I still use them all the time. And like I said, I tell the participants telepathically, the people I'm healing, I'm saying it like at least 4 times every healing. But I've noticed as I hear the videos later, I'm like, wow, I didn't mention it once out loud. So yeah, that's just a mental block I have these days. But yeah, no, yeah, thank you for mentioning it. Yeah, gold energy aura buffer zones, just redo them. If you don't know what they are, they're very useful for energy protection. And yeah, no, that they're not replaced by Wei Chi Auras. They both help. They're both great. So I do have a video if someone doesn't know what gold energy aura buffer zones are, and it is called gold energy aura buffer zones. I'll type it out because it's a weird string of words. Gold energy aura buffer zones. 15-minute video. And so you just search Janet Wright, gold energy aura buffer zones. And that is the video that teaches aura repair as well. All right. Somebody says, oh, okay, good. I was worried it could cause them to be negative to not help them. No. Okay. All right. You guys are awesome. I'm going to peek at how many people are watching because I never noticed that. 22 viewers or what? 23 viewers. 22 viewers. Someone's hopping off. All right. Well, this was fun for me. I hope it was nice for you. And like I said, the next healing that I'm doing is on May 17th. And the theme is about self-healing and self-love, self-care. And there will be a Q&A after that, a separate live stream that is a Q&A after that. So the healing starts at 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, 1 Eastern. If you're in other countries, you can just email me if you don't know how to convert time easily. So that is when that's the healing start time. And the next one is May 17th, 2020. And you can just go on my website, janetwrightreadings.com. And there is the page, it says sessions, and then it says pay here. And that's where all the healings are listed, when they are and what they are. There are, I haven't updated my site yet, but PayPal keeps track of inventory for me. I think there's like 9 or 8 spots left for that one on May 17th. So anyone is welcome to jump in as long as you do before it sells out. Otherwise, you're out of luck. But if you're new, you're welcome. It's not a closed group, I promise. Just pay on my site, and then you can email me and say hi afterwards. That's always fun. My email is janet@janetwrightreadings.com. And then the June triplet set is it starts on June 5th, 7th, 9th. It is Strong, Thriving Survivor, which means it's about overcoming and transcending victimization and moving into empowerment. So clearing and nourishing from any past life and present life, stress, trauma, victimization that you may have been through or are currently experiencing. It will help you to restore and be strong and turn it into a positive, strengthening thing that helps you move forward. And then the June Healing Masterclass later in the month in June will be about creativity and self-expression. So that's fun. Okay, guys, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Bye. I'm going to talk for a second so YouTube doesn't cut me off right away.